So guys, what's going on? It's Duel Unlocked here, and we are less than 6 days away from the brand new world, and we just got a ton of brand new leaks to go over today, guys. And when I say a ton, I mean an absolute crazy amount, guys. So without further ado, let's go and get into the leaks. So first up, what we have here is a lot of new chronicles. So I believe the Blaze and the Darkness, you guys we saw that in the previous highlight for the new world coming, so you guys could see that. There's also Ripple, Stone, Wind, Animation. The Luminous is the one that was also there as well, I believe. So should be a lot of cool, hopefully a lot of new cool chronicles to look at. But we're here for the skills, guys. Skill number 1 is Yugi. You can use the skills first and second effect once per duel and only one effect per turn. Before you begin your normal draw, place one Dark Magician on the top of the deck. And then set one Dark Magic attack to your field from outside your deck. This turn you can normal summon one Dark Magician in addition to your normal summoner set. And you can normal summon set Dark Magician without tributing. So it's only the turn that you use the skill. So it's interesting, and then you get the Dark Magic attack. So you can, what Dark Magic attack does is it is I believe a spell and trap. Let's board wipe here. You guys will see why I'm like searching that up in a second. But yeah, so Dark Magic attack. If you control Dark Magician, destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. So the skill does it set or does it summon it? It sets it. Okay, so they can respond when they flip it. Honestly, this skill right here, I wish it would just summon it, because so you could just use the. But I guess they want some counterplay, which is fair. You get an extra normal summoner set, and then without tributing, you also use the second effect. You can only use one effect per turn, but say after you've used the first effect, or if you're going first. What you can do is you can reveal one dark monster in your hand, either shuffle into the deck or send into the grave, draw 2. So this skill could actually be decent depending on what Dark Magician support we get. Should be interesting. I don't know if this is probably not gonna be the skill you're gonna be running with it, because there's gonna be a crazier one that you'll see here in a bit. But it's actually not as bad as I thought on first impressions. So we also have Kaiba here. You can only use the skills first and second effect once per duel, and only one effect per turn. For your normal draw, place one Blue Eyes, and then set one Burst Stream Destruction. I believe Burst Stream Destruction is the same as the others. The turn you normal summon one Blue Eyes, you can normal summon set Blue Eyes without tributing. Do you get the extra normal summon with this one? For your normal, just set one Burst. Oh, in addition, yeah, you can. Yeah, okay. And then the also affects is you can reveal a light monster, shuffle into the deck, or send it to the grave to draw 2. So same as the Yugi skill. So this is key here. We're getting Rebecca skills, which is interesting. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned for the last Rebecca skill. It's crazy. So you can only use the skills first and second effect once per turn. Shuffle one Dragon normal monster from your hand in the deck, then set one Dragon normal monster with a lower level than the shuffled monster from your deck to your field. Its battle position can be changed. So any Dragon normal monster in your hand to set a different Dragon normal monster with a lower level. So I guess if you play Heretics, maybe you could make this work. If you draw like the level 8, summon the level 6, or maybe 6 into 4. From turn 2 onward, if you control face-up level 5 or higher Dragon normal monster, add one Dragon's Gunfire when stamping or when stamping Destruction from outside your deck to your hand. Will the skill see play? No. Rebecca 2. You can only use the skills effect once per duel. At the beginning of the duel, add an ace card to your deck/extra deck. Can be used before your normal draw if your life points are 3,000 or below. We haven't seen one of these in a while. One of your cards from the normal draw from this turn will be random light fairy monster from your deck. Will you be running this skill? Probably not. Rebecca or also Yugi. You can use the skills first effect once per turn if your deck contains 3 or more Sandian or Witch of the Black Forest. Shuffle one monster from your hand in the deck, then set one Sandian or Witch of the Black Forest from okay, I mean, honestly, it's not terrible, but if these cards weren't eroded, then I think it would be fine. But maybe that this one could maybe see a tiny bit of play. So we're also getting Serenity. Serenity, you can only use the skill's first and second effect once per duel and one effect per turn. Before your normal draw, place one Goddess with the third eye on top of the deck, then set one Polymerization from outside your deck to the field. So, Goddess with the third eye, I believe it's just like a fusion substitute. The third I'm just gonna type in third eye. That should be enough, right? Yeah, Goddess with the third eye. That makes sense. So you can substitute this card for any one fusion monster. When you do, the other fusion monster must be correct. So that's interesting. Place one Goddess with third eye on top of the deck, then set one Polarization. So you get a free Poly with the skill, and you get a Goddess. Honestly, maybe not terrible. Reveal one spell card or one spellcaster monster in your hand, and either place that card on the bottom of the deck and send it to the grave, then draw two. Is Goddess of the Third Eye a spellcaster? Oh wait, oh no. It's a fairy, unfortunately, so... if it was a spellcaster, you were guaranteed to draw it. That would have been interesting. Because, like... Oh no. Wait. There we go. Because, like, then you get the guaranteed draw 2 and the free poly. I can see that see some use. Reveal one spell card or one spellcaster monster. So we'll see though. We'll see. Maybe this sees some play still. Let's see about Serenity 2. You can only use the skill's second effect once per duel. At the beginning of the duel, add an ace card to the deck. Selects extra deck. Can be used if your normal life points are 3,000 or below. One of the cards will be a random light fairy monster. So obviously add different ace cards in Rebecca too, yes. Serenity 3, you can only use the skill's effects first and second effect once per duel. Set one Goddess with third eye to the field from outside your deck. Its battle position can be changed. If you control a face of Goddess with third eye, send one spell card from your hand to the grave, then add one Polarization from your hand from outside the deck. Honestly, I kind of like Serenity 1 more than Serenity 3. Especially if you're using like a spellcaster fusion deck. Seems like it wouldn't be too bad. Actually, I'm wondering if that could actually see some play. Like, what spellcaster fusions do we have? Let's see. If we take a look at spellcaster fusions, spellcaster fusions. Obviously, like Dark Magicians and stuff. There's a ton of stuff here, but let me zoom out. So, immediately what I'm thinking of... Dracoon, imagine. No. Honestly, though, maybe you could get away with Dark Magician. I don't know if that works. +1 Chaos. Dark Paladin, Dark Paladin, or it looks kind of cool. There's not too many spellcasters. I guess you can just play with whatever. We'll see it. Probably not the number one skill to like worry about here to get super into. We got a lot more to go over. So we got up to, this is a question mark one. We don't know who it's for. At the beginning of the duel, set one Temple of the Mind's Eye to your field. If you control a face-up field spell, shuffle one card from your hand to the deck, then add one Rod of the Mind's Eye. This one is just whatever. I'll be real. Variants Exchange. You can use the skill's first effect twice per duel during the main phase. Place one level 5 or higher fairy monster from your hand on the bottom of your deck, then draw one card. Level 5 or higher fairies. Dark Lords. Maybe. Fairy. What would that be? Minimum level, yeah. Minimum level 5. So we have some that's Despia, Dark Lords, Time Thieves. Oh, no, not Trickstars. Only one Trickstar. Valkyries. That's interesting. Valkyries would make sense at some point down the line. Alright. But not probably right away, so we'll see. Next up, we have a ritual skill. You can only use the skill's first and second effect once per turn. Reveal one ritual monster or one ritual spell card in your hand, and shuffle one card into your hand into your deck. Then add one ritual monster or one ritual spell card from your deck into your hand. Reveal one ritual spell card in your hand and add one ritual monster whose name is listed on that card. Then set one urgent ritual art from outside your deck. Honestly, this is a pretty decent ritual skill. Ritual support is always welcome. It's a pretty decent skill, honestly. Pretty cool. We'll see if it makes any decks more meta relevant. Now we have Noah. You can only use the skill's first effects once per duel. Set one Shinato, King of the Higher Plane, to the field from outside your deck. Its battle position can't be changed. If you control a face-up Shinato of the higher plane, change one attack position monster in your opponent's field to face-up defense position, then half your opponent's life points. Round it up. So that's pretty... I mean, Shinato doesn't really do anything. I'll show you what Shinato does here. I gotta stop doing that. So Shinato, this card can only be ritual summoned, but you get it for free. This card destroys a monster by balance into the grave. As a result, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the original attack of the destroyed monster. Will this be halved? Probably. We'll see. I'd imagine it, if it's not halved, and it destroys a monster, then that'd be pretty cool. Or pretty... It would be like a flame wingman, basically. Now, we'll see if what Konami decides to do with it, if they decide to halve the burn damage or not. They could go either way with this one for sure. But yeah, having your opponent's life points and then just getting this to attack into one of your opponent's monsters would be crazy. The only thing is, it doesn't have any protection whatsoever, so you're gonna have to play a deck without a skill other than that. So we'll see, we'll see. But it's a cool skill, it's a cool skill. We got Odion. This one is scary. You can only use the skill's second and third effect once per duel. If your deck contains 15 or more trap cards, at the beginning of the first turn, place one Temple of the Kings from outside your deck face up in your field. Or on your field. If you're going first, you cannot activate Temple of the Kings effects this turn. So what does Temple of the Kings do? We'll go ahead and show you. Temple of the Kings, I believe, it lets you activate traps immediately. So you can activate one trap card the turn is set. You can send one Mystical Beast of Circuit in your monster zone. You control the Great Special Summon one monster from your hand or extra deck, or fusion from the extra deck. So you can summon anything from, besides, I guess, fusion, monster, anything, if you send Mystical Beast of Circuit. So... If you control a face-up... Oh, wait. Oh, you guys can't see. If you control a face-up continuous trap card, send one card from the hand of the grave and return one or more continuous cards from your field to the hand. Then set up to 2 trap monsters from your deck to the field. They can be activated this turn. So when I'm thinking of trap monsters, the first what things come to your mind, guys? Obviously, the number one things are like Odion's monsters, right? Goodness. I don't know why I'm doing so, but there we go. Decided to like not chill. So trap monsters. Is there a way to search by trap? And trap monsters. Okay, there is trap monsters. So what trap monsters are there? It doesn't show anything. What the trap monsters? Nothing. Okay. Well, things like Nadia come to mind. I believe that counts as a trap monster. I'm not sure. Any paleo should be pretty good here, because they become trap monsters. I think, at least. I'm not 100% sure. But definitely other things to look out for. Obviously, things like Anubis, I believe. No, not Curse of Anubis. But I forget its like original one, but it's a little outdated now. I think the main thing here that is like potentially Eldritch. Eldritch here seems pretty like it could come here. The reason why specifically that Eldritch could come here is because of the second part of the skill. From turn 2 onward. If you control a face-up, continuous trap cards on one card, set up to 2 trap monsters, they can be activated. From turn 2 onward, either add 1 Mystical Visa Circuit from outside your deck to your hand, or 1 level 10 monster from your deck to your hand. And what level 10 monster do we have here, guys? Eldritch the Golden Lord. So does that mean we're getting Eldritch? I think it probably does. Another thing that has a trap monster is Altergeist. I think Altergeist could like really do decently well with the skill. They have the I believe where is it? Emula. As well as like being able to activate traps going second with Temple of the Kings seems pretty nice for them. So this is going to be a huge buff to trap decks, all the trap decks, honestly. So we'll see about that. But Eldritch coming seems like insane. There's so many like crazy things coming here. Yeah, let's get back into the duel, the leaks. So let's do it. Alright, so then this is... Okay, this is just a normal skill. You can only use skills first and second effect once per duel. Set one Kaiser Seahorse to the field. If you control a face-up side of Seahorse, you gain the following effects. You can normal summon slash set light monsters with 1 less tribute. So you're not going to be running that one, most likely. I wouldn't imagine so. Yuki 2... You can only use the skills second effect once per duel. At the beginning of the duel, banish 1 Kuriboh from outside your deck. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, if the total attack on your opponent's field is equal to your life points or more, play 1 banished Kuriboh face up to your field. The first time it will be destroyed by battle this turn, it is not destroyed. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, that's kind of cool. So basically, that means it's like a hand trap as a skill. That's a unique skill. Very interesting. See if how the skill comes up too. Now we get to the big one, guys. We have Icejades. You can only use the skill's effect once per duel if your deck contains 9 or more Icejade monsters. At the beginning of your first turn, set 1 Icejade Cenote Enion. I have no idea what this card does, so we're gonna have to pull it up. Let's see what this card does here. So it's the field spell, so skills giving the field spell makes sense. Here we go. When this card is activated, you can add 1 of your Icejade monsters that is banished or in your graveyard to your hand. So the skill, what it does for outside of the hand, then send 1 Icejade monster from your deck to the grave. So you automatically get an Icejade in the grave. So that means you can automatically get the field spell to get the monster back. Once per turn, if a monster is normal or special summon except during the damage step, you can target 1 water monster you control. The monster, along with any face of monsters your opponent currently controls, loses attack equal to the target monster's original attack until the end of this turn. So honestly, a pretty good effect. Losing like 2,500 attack is kind of crazy. So that is interesting for sure. Then send excluding... You cannot summon monsters excluding extra deck except water monsters. Send 1 water monster from your hand to the grave, and you can unload. You can only use the skill's second effect once per duel. Okay. So this is the once per duel effect, and you have to control 9 Icejade monsters, or have 9 Icejade monsters in the deck. Send 1 water monster from your hand to the grave. Add an Icejade monster from your deck to your hand. If you send an Icejade monster, you can add 1 water monster instead. So any water monster being able to be added to your hand But you do have to play 9 Icejade cards in the deck. Icejade cards or Icejade monsters? Icejade monsters. So that's a lot of Icejade monsters that you have to play. So we'll see if you add any other water monsters into the deck alongside that. We'll have to wait and see see what cards you get, of course. Now, this is the big one everyone's gonna be loving. Swordsoul! It's finally coming to Duel Links. You can only use the skill's second effect once per turn. At the beginning of the duel, add 2 Icejade the Iceblade Dragon to your extra deck. It's pretty interesting. Icijade's an insane card, obviously. It's interesting that's in the Swordsoul skill, but it is a worm, I believe, so I guess it does make sense. I don't know. Is it just... How do you spell this thing? Oh no. Albaz. That should give it to me. There you go. Icijade the Iceblade Dragon. Fallen of Albaz plus 1 Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz, or Link monster. You can only control 1 Icijade the Iceblade Dragon. Once per turn, quick effect, you can send 1 Fusion that lists Fallen of Albaz as material from your extra to the grave. Banish 1 monster in the field, but this effect cannot be used again next turn. If this Fusion Summon card in its owner's control leaves the field by your opponent's card effect, you can activate this effect, destroy all monsters your opponent controls during the end phase of this turn. So you definitely got to be careful when dealing with this card here, because if you don't kill your opponent, this card could definitely do some insane damage to you. So watch out for that. So that's just the start of the skill. Add 2 Icijade. You cannot normal or special summon monsters except for Swordsoul, Fallen of Albaz, or monsters that mention it. So what monsters mention Albaz? Let's find out. The monsters that mention Albaz here that we have in Duel Links currently, we have Odion. Obviously Fallen of Albaz. What other cards could we be getting? Icejade the Virtuous definitely makes the most amount of sense to be coming out, right? Because it's related to Swordsoul. So I'd imagine this card is going to be coming out. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card. You can special summon it once per turn. During the main phase, you contribute this card, special summon 1 Swordsoul or Fallen of Albaz from your hand or deck. So that's how you would get into Icijade potentially. Now the real question will be, is Branded Fusion coming out in the box? Or will that be... hopefully not. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it will. Are we ready for it? That's another question. So there's that. If your opponent has a card on their field or a graveyard, you can normal summon 1 in additional to your normal summoner set each turn. So you get 2 summons each turn with Swordsoul. That's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. That could be crazy for sure. Another thing is if a card's in their graveyard, so if they hand trap you, so you get Baylor, you get an extra summon. Because there's like no way for them to not play around, yet they have to play around 2 summons, which is insane. Reveal 1, Incredible Icejade the Virtuous, or 1 Iris Swordsoul in your hand, add an or 1 Swordsoul card. So you can add any Swordsoul card. And you can use the skill's second effect once per turn. Okay. That is kind of crazy. So a once per turn effect to add a Swordsoul card. This skill is insane. Wow. Swordsoul is going to be crazy, which makes sense. People will love Swordsoul. Now, here we get into some other crazy stuff. Kaiba Yugi 1. You can only use each of the skill's first and second effects once per duel if your deck contains 15 or more Blue Eyes White Dragon or cards that mention it. Reveal 1 Blue Eyes monster in your hand and 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 card that mentions it from your deck to your hand, then send 1 Black Luster Soldier, 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon from outside your deck to your graveyard. So you send 1 Black Luster Soldier and a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. These cards cannot be special summoned. If only your opponent controls a monster, or you control a Blue Eyes card, set 1 Polar Trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, it can be activated this turn. Or deck, hand or deck. Key there. So, Blue Eyes is going to be getting a ton of support, most likely. The cards that we're going to be getting, that I think we're going to be getting here, I'd imagine we definitely get Jet Dragon, wherever the Jet Dragon is. Yeah, here it is. I think this one's definitely going to be coming. From the looks of it, it would seem we might finally get the Blue Eyes Trap card. True Light. We'll see, though. It would make the most sense. And then, obviously, the card that would be crazy. But there's so many Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon cards, which is understandable. People are wondering if it's going to be... if the skills to play Dragon Master Knight, which we are getting a Chronicle of this, Illuminous or something like that, is what the Chronicle's called. It looks really cool. Blackluster Soldier, so you can fuse and summon into this? Or is there a chance we get the Dragon Master Magia? If this card comes, then Blue Eyes is going to be pretty crazy, especially if they get a lot more of the other support, like the Kaiser Seahorse and all that. It's not confirmed if this card comes, obviously, but the skill could be leading toward this direction if it does. Will they do it as a limit 1? Maybe. It's Konami, so there's no way to really tell. But this one that's the Blue Eyes skill, and this one is the Dark Magician skill. You can only use the skills second and third effective ones for Duel. You cannot normal special summon monsters, excluding special summons from the extra deck, except level 8 Earth/Light monsters and Dark Spellcaster monsters. So that is for Blackluster Soldiers, I believe, and Dark Magician. Reveal a Dark Spellcaster monster in your hand, shuffle 1 card from your hand to the deck, then send 1 Dark Magician girl from your hand or deck to the grave, and add 2 cards that are either Dark Magician or cards that mention it from your deck to your hand. So if you have a Dark Magician girl in hand, you can reveal it, shuffle it back. So you just play 1 Dark Magician girl for sure, and you won't brick on the Dark Magician girl. I mean, we could have like Dark Magician girl, Dark Magician, and all that, obviously, but you can always shuffle the Dark Magician girl back, which is cool. And then you can add 2 cards that are either Dark Magician or cards that mention it from the deck to the hand. What cards mention Dark Magician? How many cards mention Dark Magician? I'm sure there's a ton. So we have Eternal Soul. These are all the cards we have right now. Now let's see what other cards that we don't have potentially that could come. So what cards? These are all cards that we have. Tamais. Okay. There's not like really much. We have Magician Souls. Now that card would be an absolute insanity if it came, but we'll see. Magic Kuriboh. Lots of cool cards that could come. Dark Magic Circle. Dark Burning Attack. Dark Mirror Force. That one's definitely not coming. We'll see. Lots of Dark Magician Cog finally for Flippy. Finally coming for Flippy soon, trust. That's not even the end of the skill, by the way. If only your opponent controls a monster, add 1 Ultimate Fusion to your hand from outside the deck, and then set 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to your field, and send 1 Blue Eyes, or send 1 Blackluster Soldier from outside your deck to your graveyard. So this will be able to summon the Dragon Master Knight, or Magia, or however you say it. Magia? Something like that. So look out for that. Yuki Blue Eyes support most likely, and Dark Magician support coming with the new world. Now we have Noah 2. You can only use the skills second, third, and fourth effect ones for Duel. You can conduct 2 normal summons, so that's each turn. You cannot normal special summon effect monsters, effect spirit monsters. Reveal up to 2 cards in your hand that are either a spirit or a ritual card, and shuffle 1 card from your hand to your deck, then add a spirit monster or a spell trap card that mentions spirit monster in its text name from your hand, or from the deck to hand for each revealed type. So if you reveal 2, you could add 2. Well, you reveal 2, shuffle 1 back, and then you can add 2. If only your opponent controls a monster set when Shinato, King of the Higher Plane from outside of his deck, and its battles can be changed. If you control a face-up, Shinato, add 1, change of heart. Okay, so this is definitely the Noah skill that I think most people are going to run. 2 normal summons a set each turn. Affect monsters, especially depending on what spirit monsters we get. If we get the Shino birds, then Noah might actually be insane. So, the Shino birds with this amount of stuff going for them, I think it'd be insane. We'll see what other spirits can do. Like, you have the Aritama, Sakitama. Maybe just make like rank 4s and stuff. It's possible. Fire Princess. You can only use the skill's first effect once per duel and third effect once per turn. From turn 2 onwards, set 1 Fire Princess for your deck from outside your deck. If you recovered life points this turn, make face-up monsters gain attack equal to the difference in life points between you and your opponent until the end of the opponent's turn. And so until the end of the opponent's turn, key thing there, which is interesting. And if your opponent took effect damage this turn, make your opponent's face-up monsters lose attack defense equal to the difference in life points until the end of your opponent's turn. So it's not it includes their turn, your turn, and their turn, which I think is a really cool thing. So it's like a lingering thing there. Here's another Rebecca skill. You can only use the skill's first effect once per duel. Reveal 1 light monster in your hand and either shuffle it in the deck or send it to the grave to draw 2. Serenity, you can only use the skill's first and second effects once per duel. Add 1 polymerization, 1 forgiving maiden for outside deck to hand. 2 unknown. Rebecca 3. This one I think is actually really cool. You can only use the skill's second and third effect once per duel if your deck contains at most 4 monsters that are not light/wind. So you can run 4 monsters that are not light or wind. I wonder if that's including the extra deck. Not sure on that one. You can normal summon 1 Guardian Joan in addition to your normal summoner set, and you can normal summon set Guardian Angel Joan without tributing. So what is Guardian Angel Joan? I believe it's just a 2800 like vanilla monster. Well, I mean it has like an effect, but I don't think it really does anything. When this card destroys a monster by bounce in the grave, gain life points equal to the original attack of the destroyed monster. So it's kind of like the opposite of Shinato, which is interesting. You cannot normal or special summon monsters, excluding special summons from the extra deck, except Guardian Angel Joan and or Dragon monsters. Reveal 1 Guardian Angel Joan, Luster Dragon. Oh, do we have it in Duel Links, by the way? Where is this card? It's a UR. Oh, it's mobile with tickets. Thank goodness. I did not want to go in for I did not want to go in for that in a box. Old box, right? That would have been like toxic. So yeah. Reveal 1 Guardian Angel Joan, Luster Dragon, or Luster Dragon number 2 in your hand, and add 1 Guardian Angel Joan, 1 Dragon normal monster from your deck to your hand. Then send 1 Dragon monster from your deck to the grave. So you can send any Dragon monster from the deck to the grave. Pretty crazy. If you control a face-up Guardian Joan, and add 1 Graceful Charity and 1 Stamping Destructions from your deck, from outside your deck. That sounds crazy. Graceful Charity, guys. Graceful Charity. And 1 Stamping Destruction. Then set up the 2 monsters that are either Luster Dragon or Luster Dragon from your deck to the field. Their battle positions can be changed. Like, this skill is absolutely crazy. I want to see this skill be meta because it seems like it'd be so fun. I don't know how people are going to break it, but I'm sure some people will. Noah 3, you can only use the skill and effect once per duel. At the beginning of the duel, add ace cards. Can be okay. That's fine. And then Noah 4. You can only use the skill's first and second effect once per duel, only 1 effect per turn. Before the normal draw, place 1 spirit monster on the top of the deck. This turn you can conduct up to 3 normal summons a set. You can normal summon spirit monsters without distributing, and you can not normal or special summon monsters except spirit monsters. So you can summon up to 3 spirit monsters. Interesting. Reveal a spirit monster or spell trap, then either place the card at the bottom of the deck or send it to the grave to draw 2 cards, and then Fusion Light Rays, gain 1500 life points. If you control a light fusion monster, can be used during a turn during your main phase. Choose 1 face of monster, it gains 300 attack, gains additional 500 attack. Fair enough. And then Light Exchange can be used as skill's first effect twice per duel. If your deck contains 9 or more light monsters, during your main phase, place 1 card from the hand on the bottom of the deck, then draw 1 card. There are still 4 skills left. 2 are half done. Right back in Serenity. Third is an unknown monster card ID. Fourth has an unknown theme. So that is every single skill leaked. Very, very cool skills in my opinion. I'm very excited to try out these decks as well, so we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.